We acknowledge that the land where we're creating theater is the traditional land of the Piscataway and Nanticoke Indigenous peoples, past and present, as well as land where African peoples were enslaved and labored against their will. We commit to honoring these peoples, learning better stewardship of the land we live on, and working to end the legacy of white supremacy that has harmed these peoples. In addition to this acknowledgement, we acknowledge the Indigenous peoples native to the lands where each performer has performed their scene. Thank you.
And what's he then that says I play the villain, when this advice is free I give, and honest, probable the thinking, and indeed the cost to win the more again? For 'tis most easy the inclining Desdemona to subdue in any honest suit. She's framed as fruitful as the free elements, and then for her to win the more. Were it to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin, his soul is so infected by her love that she may make, unmake, do as she list, even as her appetite shall play the god with his weak function. How then am I a villain to counsel Cassio in his parallel course directly to his good? Divinity of hell! When devils will the blackest sins put on, they do at first suggest with heavenly shows, as I do now. For while this honest fool plies Desdemona to repair his fortunes, and she for him pleads strongly with the Moor, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him for her body's lust. And so, by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the Moor. So shall I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all.
What's he that wishes so? My cousin Westmoreland. No, my fair cousin, if we are marked to die, we are now to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will. I pray thee, wish not one man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care I who doth feed upon my cost. It yearns me not, if my men garments wear. Such outward things do not dwell in my desires. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. No faith, my coz, wish not a man from England God's peace. I would not lose so great an honor as one man more, methinks, would share from me for the best hope I have. Oh, do not wish one more, rather proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host, that he with hatch no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put in his purse. We would not die in that man's company, that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when the day is named, and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He shall live that this day and see old age, will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors, and say, tomorrow is Saint Crispian. Then he will strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot. But he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story the good man shall teach his son, and Crispin Crispian shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world. But we in it shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers, For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whiles any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unnatural beauty, I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not assert myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do assert yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is for my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be framed. I pray you, keep it in. I heard your saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wander at you, than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one in a skipping dialogue.
Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun as piece of matter.
Yet you became rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me, I have learned from my entertainment. What I am, and what I am would, are a secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity, to any others, profanation.
Now what is, sir, is your text?
My most sweet lady,
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said. Where lies your text?
in Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of the book?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It's heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one eye was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if gone did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis true beauty blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will leave these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give our Deborah schedules of my beauty. It shall be interior, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will is, as items 2 lips in different red, item 2 gray eyes, and with lids to look at them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Where were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you're the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensated, though you were crowned the non-peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fate.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, a fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and violent, and in dimension in the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's such a suffering, such a deadly life. In your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house, write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hollow your name to the reverberate hills. Make babbling gossip of the air. Cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him say no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks in compass. Love, make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, you place in contempt. Farewell, fair cool lady.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I do not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
What must a man do to deserve such friendship?
Very even way. No such friends.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
Surely, Beatrice, I love nothing in the world as well as I do you. Is that not strange?
It is as strange as a thing I know not. It is possible for me to say I love nothing so much as you. But yet believe me not. And yet I lie not. Confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear that I love nothing in the world as well as I do you, and I will make him eat it that says I do not love you.
Will you not eat your word?
By no sauce that can be devised onto it, I swear I love thee.
God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
Save me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do so with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do what you want with me.
Kill Claudio.
No, not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
Though I am here, I am gone. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice!
In faith, I will go.
We will be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than kill mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in height a villain? Oh, that has slandered and dishonored mine kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands? And, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
What, talk with a man out a window? A proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged. She is uncovered, she is undone.
Beatrice!
Princes, counties, a princely testimony. A goodly count, Count Pompet. Sweet gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any such friend that would be a man for my sake. Manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are turned into tongues and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, but tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
By my word, Beatrice, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than by swearing it.
you sure that Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as I have a thought or soul.
Enough! I am engaged. I will challenge him. By this hand, I swear that I love thee. By this kiss, I will make sure Claudio was rendered a dear account. And so I leave you. Farewell. Go see to your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so farewell.
Whence comest thou? What wouldst thou? Thy name? Why speakest not? Speak, man, what's thy name?
If, Tullus, not yet thou knowest me, and seeing me dost not think me for the man I am, necessity commands me name myself.
What is thy name?
A name unmusical to the Volscians' ears, and harsh in sound to thine.
Say, what's thy name? Thou hast a grim appearance, and thy face bears a command in it. Though thy tackle's torn, thou show'st a noble vessel. What's thy name?
Prepare thy brow to frown. Knowest thou me yet?
I know thee not. Thy name?
My name is Caius Marcius, who hath done to thee particularly, and to all the Volsces great hurt and mischief. Thereto witness may my surname, Coriolanus. The painful service, the extreme dangers, and the drops of blood shed for my thankless country are requited but with that surname. A great memory and witness of the malice and displeasure which thou shouldst bear me. Only that name remains. The cruelty and envy of the people, permitted by our dastard nobles, who have all forsook me, hath devoured the rest, and suffered me by the voice of slaves to be whooped out of Rome. Now, this extremity hath brought me to thy hearth, not out of hope, mistake me not, to save my life, for if I had feared death of all the men of the world, I would have voided thee, but in mere spite, to be full quit of those my banishers, stand I before thee here. Then if thou hast a heart of wreaking thee that wilt revenge thine own particular wrongs and stop those maims of shame seen through thy country, speed thee straight and make my misery serve thy turn. So use it that my revengeful services may prove his benefits to thee, for I will fight against my cankered country with the spleen of all the under fiends. But if so be thou darest not this, and that to prove more fortunes thou art tired, then in a word I also am longer to live most weary, and present my throat to thee and to thy ancient malice, which not to cut would show thee but a fool, since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tons of blood out of thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame, unless it be to do thee service.
Oh, Marcius, Marcius, each word thou hast spoke hath weeded from my heart a root of ancient envy. If Jupiter should speak from yon cloud, speak divine things and say 'tis true, I'd not believe them more than thee, all noble Marcius. Let me twine mine arms around that body, where against my grained ash 100 times hath broke and scarred the moon with splinters. Here I clip the anvil of my sword and do contest as hotly and as nobly with thy love as ever in ambitious strength I did contended against thy valor. Know thou first, I loved the maid I married, never a man sighed truer breath. But that I see thee here, thou noble thing, more dances my rapt heart than when I first my wedded mistress saw bestride my threshold. Why, thou Mars, I tell thee, we have a power on foot, and I had purposed once more to hew thy target from thy brawn or lose my arm for it. Thou hast beat me out 12 several times, and I have nightly since dreamt of encounters twixt thyself and me. We have been down together in my sleep, unbuckling helms, fisting each other's throat, and waked, half dead with nothing. Worthy Marcius, had we no other quarrel else to Rome but that thou art thence banished, we would muster all from 12 to 70 and pouring war into the bowels of ungrateful Rome like a bold flood overbear it. Oh, come, go in and take our friendly senators by the hands, who now are here taking their leaves of me, who am prepared against your territories, though not for Rome itself.
You bless me, gods.
Therefore, most absolute sir, if thou wilt have the leading of thine own revenges, take the one half of my commission and set down, as thou art best experienced, and since thou knowest thy country's strength and weakness, thine own ways, whether to knock against the gates of Rome or rudely visit them in parts remote to fright them ere destroy. But come in. Let me commend thee first to those that shall say yea to thy desires. 1,000 welcomes, and more a friend than e'er an enemy. Yet, Marcius, that was much. Your hand, most welcome.
Interpretive dance, performance art thing.
I love performance art. It's so pretentious. We can use Troilus and Cressida as a jumping off point to explore the transient nature of life and the use of mythology in the arising and dissipation of forms.
Yeah, get the props.
No, wait. I was thinking that we should do a more straightforward and scholarly approach.
Screw that.
Keep reading, we'll interpret.
Well, okay. Troilus and Cressida was written in 1603, published in Quarto in 1604, and appears in the first folio. Although this version is some 166 lines longer than the second Quarto edition of 1645, which is some 166 lines shorter. Ladies and gentlemen, my monograph has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Isn't there supposed to be something in there about plot?
Plot! Of course I've heard of the plot. Okay, page 29, footnote. Troilus, youngest son of Priam, king of Troy. Okay, you be Troilus, and you be the king. Great. Loves Cressida. I'll get the wig. Has arranged with her uncle Pandarus for a meeting. Although she feigns indifference, she's attracted to him.
I have to feign indifference?
Yes. And now, Agamemnon, the Greek
Agamemnon? Boring!
This is the kind of thing that kids hate to learn in school. It's so boring.
Yeah, like as soon as you said Agamemnon, I was asleep. I'm sorry, guys, but I promised Ben I would not do boring, dry, vomitless Shakespeare.
You don't even know these people.
That's not true. You know for a fact I've been on board for 2 years. Sarah's watching this with Leo right now. Kira has a test on money that they definitely have not studied for. And Simon and Madison thought they were going to be seeing the Trevorrow cut of Star Wars Episode 9, and are feeling totally
What's
ripped
your
off.
point, Tara?
My point is I love these people. I want to see them get turned off to Shakespeare. That's what happened to me. When I was a kid and I'm supposed to be studying Shakespeare, I'd be looking out the window at the kids playing ball and thinking, why can't this Shakespeare stuff be more like sports? Sports?
How do you mean?
Well, sports are exciting, engaging. I mean, take the histories, for example. All those kings knocking each other off, running up and down the field, the throne passing from one guy to the next. It's just like football, but with a crowd.
I guess it is, isn't it?
Oh, wait a second. I have a whistle. What a coincidence.
Okay, line them up. Let's kick some royal ass.
45, 42, 53rd, and the third, part 1, part 2, say, up!
And the ball snapped to Richard II, the well-spoken monarch of the 14th century, and he's looking for an air downfield, but is caught by King John.
My gross flesh sinks downwards.
The crown is up in the air, and Henry VI comes up with it.
Victor is mine!
But he's hit by King John. Oh no! He's cutting Henry VI into 3 parts. That's gotta hurt. This could be the end of the War of the Roses cycle.
King John is in the clear!
My soul hath elbow room.
He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. Oh, he's poisoned on the 10-yard line. Looks like he's out for the match, folks. Replacing him now is number 72, King Lear.
To Regan and Gondriel, I hand off my kingdom. Cordelia, go long.
Up there's a penalty marker. Fictional character on the field. Lear is disqualified, and he is not happy about it.
Bastards.
Lighting up now is that father-son team of Henry IV and Prince Hal. Corner center snaps to the quarterback. Quarterback snaps to the hunchback. Oh, it looks like Richard III's lip is giving him trouble.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
There's a pile on the field.
And Henry VIII comes up with it. You got 15, the 10, stops the 5, top off his wife's head. Who's your daddy? Touchdown for the Red Roses. Oh my, you gotta believe this is the beginning of the Tudor dynasty.
Richard III. Henry.
This whole family is
Freaking absurd. Go GW Sports Team, which will remain nameless for the time being.
I do much wonder that one man, after seeing how much a fool another man is when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after having laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. Now he had rather hear the pipe and the tabor. I have known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now he will lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man or a soldier. And now he has turned orthography. His words are a very fantastic banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be converted so, and see with those eyes? I cannot tell, I think not. I will not swear, but that love may turn me to an oyster, but I will put my oath on it. Till he turn me to an oyster, he shall never make me such a fool in love. For one woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, I am well. Till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise are all none. Virtuous or I'll never cheapen her. Fair or I'll never look on her. Mild or come not near me. Noble or not I for a good angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be whatever color it please God. Ah, the prince and wash your love. I will hide me in the arbor.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me indeed, so much so that sure me thought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. Oh, she loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she would better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty be the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she mistaken, seems to dote on me. Oh, what will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I'm woman, alas the day. What thriftless sighs will poor Olivia breathe? Time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What my dear lady disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it to Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain that I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted, and would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They else would have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had a speedier tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way, in God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick.